Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh, joined by Pete Peterson, Dean of the Pepperdine Graduate School of Public Policy. How are you, Pete? Good morning. Thanks for getting up early with me.
No, good to be with you, Hugh. Good morning from Malibu.
I have no one I could think of better to talk to than you after the affirmative action decision, because you have long been both a huge advocate for viewpoint diversity on campuses, but also a staunch opponent of counting by race. What did you make of the decision? How will it affect, for example, Pepperdine and the graduate school?
Well, frankly, for us, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. We've always recruited, as you say, Hugh, for diversity in all types, whether it's viewpoint diversity. We recruit intentionally to make sure that we have a class that looks at the world from varying political perspectives, but also diversity racially and ethnically. So for us, these are obviously there are going to be some changes to the application form and process, but as far as who we recruit, where we recruit, and the scholarships that we award, we are really looking to maintain our diversity in all ways.
You know, if Ron was still your general counsel, your former president, I'm sure he would have opined that we can no longer ask about candidates for admissions racial background on the application. That's my assessment of this decision. What do you think,
Right.
Dean Peterson?
No, I think it's the same thing. I think what came down in the case is that race or ethnic background can be mentioned in application essays. We have application essays as part of the application process here to the graduate school, as long as it's part of a discussion around what a student has overcome. We have two application essays for us. One is really to ask a simple question about why they're considering a career in the public service and what brought them to that kind of conclusion, where they think their time with us can be best spent, what kind of a major that they're going to take within the graduate program here. And the other is a moral dilemma. What have they had to overcome in a decision they made in their lives that they really had to make a decision that was based on their moral beliefs or background?
How does admissions work at the graduate school? I really don't know how graduate schools of public policy, and yours is among the best in the United States, so it's very, very selective. How do you do it?
Well, we begin with being very intentional about the partners that we start with. We believe that it's not just about opening the doors and saying, let's welcome all to apply. We build relationships intentionally with undergraduate partners, young professional partners like YAF, like, for example, ISI, organizations like the Coro Fellows Program here in the California area, the Pickering Fellows Program, which is part of the State Department. We are looking to build relationships with undergraduate and young professional organizations where there's already a deep interest in public policy and politics. And of course, people are going to find us through the internet. We're going to get applications from around the world. About 10 or 15% of any incoming class here at Pepperdine is international. So we see students coming to us from around the world. But we're very intentional about building those relationships up front with higher education institutions like Hillsdale and others that we see are really mission aligned with the unique program that we offer here at Pepperdine.
Dean, last question. You've got a huge advantage in your geography. Nice to go to school in Malibu, but I am curious if California is a drag on your applicant pool now in the way that people are fleeing the state. We've talked about so many times. Are graduate students unwilling? They don't make any money, so they can't get taxed to death, but are they unwilling to come because of the dysfunction in the state?
Well, one of the challenges that we have here at Pepperdine, and I can say this both for students and even recruiting faculty, is the driver of the reason why many people are leaving the state, which is the cost of living here. When students are applying to us from the Midwest and from the Southeast, when they look at the cost of living here in the Malibu area, I can say that through scholarships, we're able to temper that and make enrollment here very affordable, especially even compared with major public institutions. But at the same time, the perception and in some cases the reality of the cost of living here is one that is a challenge for both students and faculty that we're seeking to recruit to join us here in Malibu, California.
I got time for one quick question. How do you deal with faculty? They're the ones that it's impossible for a young faculty member with children to move to California. What do you do about them?
Well, one of the things that Pepperdine was so smart about when we launched our campus here in Malibu, and we just had the 50th anniversary of the Malibu campus here, is they
Oh,
actually built faculty and staff housing on the campus. So I actually live here on campus, my wife and our 11-year-old daughter. But we try to make that something that when we're looking to attract top faculty, we just welcomed Dr. Kyron Skinner to join us here this past year. She's living here on campus. That is certainly one way. And then when you get out into we have faculty that join us from the Valley, from places like Simi Valley and Westlake Village and Calabasas and Thousand Oaks. You can find affordable places, but you have to be aggressive and you have to make sure that you're making that argument to faculty and students that this is a special place to join us, and all life is about making trade-offs. But we think we really have some great benefits here to join us in California.
Pepperdine.edu if you want the application. If you want to go to school in a great place with great minds to learn about public service, Pepperdine.edu. Look for the Graduate School of Public Policy and Dean Pete Peterson. Thank you, Pete.